everyone, my name is Elizabeth. Videos are for my Gold Award project, talking about bird care and choosing the right bird for you that goes with your lifestyle and that kind of thing. As you can see, this video is about Eclectus Parrots. This is my female Eclectus, baby B. Full name is Beatrice, but we call her B. So it's very, not important, but there is a big difference between the two bird sexes. As you can see, this is a male Eclectus. They look very different. They are sexually dimorphic, I believe is how you say it. So males are like this, green with like an orangish beak, some like teal bits. Let's see. And then females are mostly bright red and purple-blue plumage with a black beak. As you can see, she has a black beak rather than a orange beak. However, when she was little, I can insert a picture, she did have a orange spot on her beak, which is interesting. And I'll show you. Their feathers, as you can see, don't have a very distinctive outline. I'm gonna, hold on. Turn on another light so you can see better. You can see their feathers don't have a very distinctive outline. They're more fluffy, more like fur rather than feathers. You can see that. They're just soft feathers. Yeah, so if you're thinking about getting an Eclectus, they are for more experienced bird owners. They are not a beginner bird because they do require special attention and that kind of thing. Just so you're aware, when she bites me, it does not hurt, because she is only about 1.5 years old. So she's very not, she just likes to, it's almost like preening almost, especially when I touch her, she does not appreciate it very much. So, let's see, they live about 30+ years. We don't know much about the Eclectus in captivity because they've only been kept as pets since like 1900, like later 1900s, I believe, like maybe like 1960, 1970, I want to say. They weigh 1.85 pounds to 1.21 pounds. So they are, I don't know, you can't like just put them on one finger all the time. They do get a little heavier, so the female Eclectus behavior may range from assertive to aggressive in these birds, and that's why they require more experienced owners, and males tend to be more timid. And I'm just reading off my pamphlet that I made for a local bird storycation. Also, if you want any of the information that I'm saying in text form for whatever reason, you can just head over to my website and go in under types of birds to Eclectus, and it's right under the video, unless I go on a little tangent or something about my birds. So they are generally calm birds for the most part, and they tend to display a pensive nature when faced with novel items or situations. I joke a lot about how Bee doesn't know where she is or what's happening half the time just by the expression on her face. Yeah, it seems like maybe it is because she's so young, or maybe it's just her being an Eclectus, but I feel like she doesn't know where she is or what anything is, so yeah. Let's see, what else can I show you? Thank you so much for that. Okay, that's something that happens when you have birds. You get pooped on. Okay, so as I was saying, yeah. I mean, she's looking around. She's very curious, I've noticed. She's one, we have a, wow. She's one of the few really the only one that really plays on our play stand, and explores and like goes all around. So that's nice. She's a very active bird. Okay. They are prone to feather destruction, such as plucking and overpreening. So that's just something to look for. She does like to be right here for some reason. Not entirely sure why, but as I said before, Eclectus Parrots are very active and need a spacious cage and plenty of out of the cage time, to interact with you. So she does have the biggest cage out of all of our birdos, with lots of toys and branches and all sorts of fun things to do with that. And we try to get her out for like 2 to 3 hours or more every day. We do not have open door cages, whatever you want to call it, free range. I don't know what to call it. We don't keep their doors open all day, just because we have 2 rescue birds, and it worries us to have them all out at once. So we make sure that each of them get their own time on the stand every day, and that's something we really try to do. We make sure that they have plenty of things to do in their cage while they're in there, and they are in a high traffic area, so in our living room, so they do get a lot of interaction that way, but B definitely does come out the most. They are not prone to excessive noisiness. They can be quite vocal and are capable of developing an extensive vocabulary. B has gotten pretty loud. I can try and insert a video if I have one. It's just like scream talking. I like scream talking. She started off words with like mumbling. Will you stop? She started to define her words more, and she's getting the hang of whistling. She definitely loves talking very much, and has many things to say all the time. Yeah. But she doesn't talk much outside of her cage. It's more when she doesn't see anyone around, or like not many people are in the area, or inside her cage. She doesn't talk much outside. They have been known to exhibit episodes of toe tapping and wing flapping type muscle spasms, which is thought to be related to vitamin and mineral imbalances. So, I mean, really with Eclectuses, they require a significant amount of vegetables and fruit daily, like more than other birds require, to keep their vitamins and nutrients and all that jazz in tip-top shape. So they specifically need a diet with significant vegetable fiber, and high in beta carotene. These include lightly cooked sweet potato, fresh broccoli, carrots, and fresh corn on the cob. She loves corn on the cob. We just hang it in her cage on like those like food skewers that you can get, and she attacks it. Also, fresh greens such as endive or commercial dandelion are very important in providing calcium and other nutrients. Celery and green Granny Smith apples are also important for their diet, and the Eclectus diet should typically contain much less seed than other birds. We do have a mixed seed bowl in her cage, however she doesn't really eat much of it, and we don't give her much of it. So she does have that option, but we find that she eats the fruits and vegetables more. Almonds and pine nuts provide omega-3 fats and vitamin E, but should be limited to avoid too much fat in the diet because they can become obese. Which is a similar thing to the seeds. She doesn't get many nuts specifically in her bowl that we give her, but she does have access to some seeds. Can I help you? That is my nose. That's my nose that hurt. Owie. Owie. Species are found here, mainly Australia area, specifically the Solomon Islands, Sumba, New Guinea, and nearby islands, as well as northeastern Australia and the Moluccas. Yeah. Yeah, that's all I really got in Eclectus. Like I said, they are a more experienced bird. Yeah. So I'm sorry. So you do need to have some experience in order to care for them properly, just because their diet and their needs. Then in these types of birds, just do more research and see if they fit your lifestyle. Yeah. I hope you learned something. I hope you had fun watching me attack my fingers. Yeah, make sure to check out my care video on just general care of birds, such as first aid, food you should not give them, and signs of illness, as well as my other videos that I have on most types of birds. I didn't do all of them, but I did do many of the more common ones to figure out what kind you should get, and they all follow the same general guidelines of behavior, diet, where they're from, if there's different kinds of them, those typical behaviors. Yeah, just an overview of the bird so you can see like, oh, this is a good option, or no, it's not, and like figure out which one might be suitable for you, and then going into more research with other people. I hope you enjoyed. Yeah, bye.